Chauncey Billups has been arrested by the FBI for an illegal gambling operation with ties to the mafia. Yes, that's real, and it's apparently real serious. We got absolutely insane news this morning, the first off day of the season. I was woken up and told that Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups have been arrested by the FBI, and Chauncey has ties to the mafia, and I thought I was going clinically insane. I mean, imagine being woken up to that news as a Blazer fan. My head is still spinning. And the Blazers now have a new head coach, at least for the time being, maybe for the rest of the season, because Chauncey Billups might have coached his last game. And the Blazers' new head coach is not Nate Bjorkgren, it's Tiago Splitter, the guy that they brought in this past offseason, who Chauncey wanted to bring in. I bet you Chauncey didn't think that he was going to be head coaching the team this year. Chauncey, fresh off his new extension, just super crazy stuff. We're going to talk about the details of the situation. We're going to talk about how it affects the Portland Trail Blazers. And of course, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below about this news. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that like button. We bring post-game live streams all year long. And then on off days, I wanted to drop videos where I recap the night before, preview the next game, go through the NBA real quick, and just have a quick hitting fast-paced video on off days. Well, I didn't expect that this was going to be my off day video today. I didn't expect I was going to be making a headline with Chauncey Billups arrested on it, but we're here and it's insane. So Chauncey Billups was arrested due to an illegal gambling operation where essentially Italian crime families were setting up rigged poker games, and they were using Chauncey Billups to attract people to these games that they then would scam. They would scam with these rigged poker matches, apparently using everything from X-ray tables to contact lenses or glasses that could see pre-marked cards, possibly illegal shuffling machines, and all sort of cheating mechanisms that allowed this gambling operation to rig games against their victims. What's crazy about this is there was a post on Rip City Reddit from 2 years ago talking about Chauncey doing this. Of course, at the time, it probably seemed like complete BS. Now it turns out to be true. And there was even more foreshadowing, as last night in his post-game press conference, Chauncey Billups had this to say.
Is that putting any pressure on you? I've never thought about that. But
no, you know, I don't, that pressure thing is nothing to me, man. I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may. You know that about me by now, quick.
Yeah, that's not the best thing to say if you're tied to an illegal poker operation. Chauncey Billups was arrested this morning in Oregon. He will be in federal court later today. Brian Windhorst went on the Rich Eisen show and said that Damon Jones and Chauncey Billups used their positions as coaches of teams to tell people who may be available what appears to be Damian Lillard and LeBron James, potentially also Anthony Davis. I'm not 100% sure. And as a follow-up, Rich Eisen asked Windhorst to clarify that Billups' alleged involvement goes beyond poker matches, and he said yes. If this is true, Chauncey Billups is done. Chauncey Billups is done, and he will never coach another game for the Portland Trail Blazers ever again. And according to the FBI, they had been working on this case and the Terry Rozier case for a long time, up to multiple years. So this, of course, just raises so many questions. How long has Chauncey Billups been involved with this? And did Chauncey Billups knowingly participate in this? Because while I'm no lawyer, I think Chauncey Billups' best defense in this case is to paint a picture where he didn't know what was happening. He participated in these poker games and they seemed fair to him, and he didn't know that other people were getting scammed, because Chauncey was just used as a face and a big name to attract clients to this game that then were victimized by this scam. And if you're Chauncey Billups, why would you knowingly participate in a scam like this? But I mean, if you're Jonte Porter and Terry Rozier and whoever, why would you knowingly participate in illegal gambling when you're making millions on an NBA career? I don't know. Maybe you guys do it for the thrill. I don't really understand the motivation for Chauncey Billups to participate in this, but I think that's what this case is going to hinge on. Did Chauncey Billups know, and can it be proven that he did knowingly participate in this operation? It's going to be very interesting to follow this court case And this court case, I think, will determine the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers long term. So this case is going to be very interesting to follow just to see what happens with Chauncey Billups. Even if he beats this case, I still think there's a solid chance that he doesn't coach another game for the Portland Trail Blazers. They have a new ownership group coming in, and new ownership groups like to shake things up. You know, they like to, for lack of a better term, roll the dice. I don't see them rolling the dice with Chauncey Billups, given that he's going to have an extended absence as he deals with this court case. And then if he's guilty, he's going to prison. And if he's not guilty, I still think with Tom Dundon coming in, that he'll want a fresh face and just won't even want to deal with the drama that has surrounded Billups. Of course, when Billups was hired, there was a lot of talk about a court case some 25-ish years ago, back when he was a young NBA player, and this is just another thing for Chauncey Billups. And what's a little funny about this situation is Chauncey Billups' hire was one of Neil Olshey's final things as Blazer GM, and it seemed like the Blazers would never be able to get rid of Neil Olshey until there was reports of a hostile work environment, and there was an investigation, and it was determined by the Blazers that Olshey violated their code of conduct, and then he was finally gotten rid of. It seemed like the Blazers would never move on from Chauncey Billups despite some struggles. He's in year 5, new extension, and then this comes completely out of left field and probably ends Chauncey Billups' tenure as Blazers coach. Now for the team, this sucks. A young team, after one single game this season, it's not going to be easy to deal with a transition from a Chauncey Billups-led team to a Tiago Splitter-led team, but I do have hope that Tiago Splitter is going to thrive in this role. I do think it's good that they have veterans around the organization this season with Drew Holiday and Damian Lillard that can help bring a little bit of leadership to the situation. And of course, we'll have more to say about this on tomorrow night's post-game show, and we'll talk about this as things develop. I'll definitely be tweeting about it as we get more news on what exactly is going on with this case, so make sure you follow me on Twitter. Twitter links in the description box below. And shout out to Sleeper. Here is my parlay for today's NBA games. If you want to get in on the action, they're giving you a free $20 entry, no deposit required. So there's only upside there for you, as well as a 100% match up to a $100 deposit. So you can get in on the action with NBA games, NBA parlays, NBA picks. Of course, you have the World Series coming up. Rest in peace to my Mariners. And you got the NFL. It's a great time of year for sports, and it's a great time of year to get in on the action with Sleeper. Anyway, that wraps things up. We'll see what happens with Chauncey Billups. I can't believe he got arrested. I'm out of here. I'll catch you next time. Until then, as always, peace out.
That put any pressure on you? I'd never thought about that. But
No, you know, I don't. That pressure thing is nothing to me, man. I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may. You know that about me by now, quick.